What's going on, dreamers? Today is February 7th, 2026. Last time I was at the property was September 3rd, 2025, which is about 5 months ago.
It was heavily saturated with weeds, so now I'm just checking things out, seeing if any trees have fallen from the fire. So now I'm approaching the open field area where the water hole is right in front of you, actually about to be to the right of me. Now I'm going to do a 360. This is the open field, and I'm going to head back down to my path. Now on this side, I'm approaching something that just looks different to me. Well, not this right here. This is just me getting out, removing some fallen branches that was in my way. But I'm noticing that the trees look very like they've fallen down and it's open. I don't know if it's just the snow or whatever, but it just seems like things have been moved. And I didn't take notice to any of my property markers pins or anything like that. Although I caught a quick glimpse of a green stake that I put in the ground myself that was near another tree. I'm continuing on, and I reached a point where this is a path that I'm panning from left to right, and this actually belongs to my neighbor. And I don't recall it being that close to my property, so I definitely is suspicious a little bit of something being moved. I also noticed red markings on the trees that wasn't there before either. What's going on, peeps? Yeah, I'm back at the property. It's a nice day today, actually. It's like 62 degrees. So I was here last week, and I was just kind of riding around. It had snow on the ground, and I just noticed that I couldn't find my property markers, right? Which I've already paid like another $3,000 to get a new survey. So I decided to come on out today and try to find something, right? So I was looking at some video from the last time, and I was just kind of like doing a slow motion type of thing, trying to see if I had any markers, any green stakes that I put up from previous. And I think I found one, but I'm not sure like if it was moved, because looking at the old video from previous like 2025 earlier, it looked like it was in a different place. So I'm not sure what's going on. Even the trees look like they were cleaned up. Now I don't think anybody would come out here and like fire up their big old bulldozer and like clean stuff up, right? So I don't know. I'm coming out now to look. There's no snow on the ground. It all melted. So I got my chainsaw hooked up to the ATV, got my shovels, got my piece, ready for anything crazy you want to jump off, with crazy people, crazy animals. I don't know what I'm gonna find out this Billy Bob. So just hang tight, and I'll show you what I find. All right. So one thing I did notice, so this is the path where the old boat was, that they shoved up in the woods, right? So this is on the right side of the property. I didn't notice that this was all burned as well, going all the way down. But yeah, all of this looks to be charred. So I guess it must have crossed over from this side. So that doesn't look as burnt as or charred as this area. So eventually this tree right here, this huge behemoth, right? It's a pine, it's still alive. It might end up falling over because look at this gaping hole right there, right? I shouldn't even concentrate on trying to move these limbs out the way, because I need to find those property markers. But you know me, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna move them out the way. So there's a lot of water out here, so I'm not gonna waste my time with the chainsaw just yet to cut this up. So right now I'm just gonna move it out the way. That didn't work. That was an epic fail. And I don't see any of my property markers. ribbon, nothing. All of that's been like sizzled up. So anyway, all right, see y'all, check it. Look how deep that is with char. My trail, which I'm on right now, is pretty close to my marker. And just beyond the trees, there is an orange hole. So you'll get a close up in a minute. So I see these blue markers right here. I did not do those blue markers. I'm not sure who did. But you can see this green one right here. I know I did that. So at least I thought I did. But based on where my property line is, or that pole, will determine if that's on my property or not. Yeah, I really need to go back and look at the old videos and see if I marked anything with blue and green like that. Because I want every piece, every tree on my property. I don't want to give up nothing. Yes, I'm stingy. So coming around here, there's another blue. I think I did this right here. It's a green stick in here. They didn't touch that. I think there's one of those nails, what they call the nail stake that they put in there when they was doing my property survey. And they just put those in there as like a magnet, and then that machine that they use, the surveyor, is able to pick up something, or pick up some type of whatever to get the accurate reading. So, all right, now we're coming around to the open area. As you can see, that's over here. I'm on the right side of the property. All right, let's go up in here now. So all that's burnt here. All right, here's the orange shaft, pole pin. There's something else right there. I don't recall saying that. But that is weird because here's another pin. Maybe this was the one that was here originally. All right, let me get off and investigate a little more, because this is the one that was here previously, right? Because here's the blue shaft, and then the stake. Wow, why you ain't trying to? There you go, 472. So, and then this pole, which the neighbors did that a long time ago, so I guess they didn't take their poles. But then coming around here a little bit off, you see the new property marker. Now this was done by my surveyor, right? So there you go, right there. And it's property corner. All right, so that's my property corner. And that seems about right. So I would say that this is the property line between the neighbor. That's our buffer right there, right? So if I can kind of gauge a line, which is going to be really difficult, right? Going down here from the property, I can see what's in there, on their line, and what's on my line. And this is also where my blueberry bush was, or is. So I did get blueberries last year, even though this was, they didn't wreck this, you know, in trying to create this berm here, right? So all of that right now is all bulldozed over, right? And my other property pin is, I will show that in a minute. All right, riding along in the water here. I'm in four-wheel drive, so I'm good. See, the water hole is spilling over. That's what happens. So that water hole right here spills over and fills this whole area, and is all saturated during the fall and winter. And then in springtime it clears up, and all of this grass and stuff grows, and that's where all the animals come and do their business, do their thing. All right, so here we go, approaching the property pin right here. We're still on the right hand side. If I get right beside it, basically if I go this way and go straight that way, go through there, not through here, but through here, some kind of way my pin is over there. But that is, I don't know, I'm not gonna go that way. Stay clear of that, because that is truss box area. Possibly, I don't know, mine's in right here. So I don't know at what angle do I need to go. This angle, that angle. But let me go find the other marker. That's the most important thing. Now I'm approaching the right side of the property. And this is where the other trail led. Now I got to figure out what's going on here. This is the problematic side right here where I need to find my pins. Okay. So if I ride through the trail, which is, this leads to Trossenbach area, right? But I have a pin somewhere around here. So that's what I need to find. So stay tuned. Now I'm well into in the property on his side now. So it looks like he has his tree stand up there. And this is all behind me. That's the trail. And then his trail continues around that way and then split off that way. And I'm thinking it probably goes around to where that shack was, back to where my property is. Man, this is a really jacked up area. It's all muddy. It's clear though, but I don't see any pins anywhere. I don't see any ribbons. I see these trees marked with red, which Harvey did. That's his stuff, I guess. But I'm going to continue searching. Oh, look, there's a ribbon. I found a ribbon on this big tree. And that's probably where the no trespassing sign was. Yeah, I got off the motorcycle, but I don't see any no trespassing signs on this. But this is a huge tree and a huge mess. Yeah, this clearly is not my section. Yeah, all this looks unfamiliar to me. So let me go ahead and follow it back over. All right, so I'm at that tree that had these double ribbons, right? And that's on the video. I saw a section where I thought it was a green pole. It is a green pole. This is my green pole that I put in this ground. So now I'm at the point I need to, I don't know if it was removed, but I'm getting ready to dig down and see if I see a property pin. And if I'm correct, it should have a property pin that says POL, meaning point online. So, but here's the area that I was in last week where it was all covered with snow. But there has been a lot of trees removed. Like all of this is open now, but it is jacked up. It's messy. All this needs to decay. And from this point, I need to walk back over and see exactly, coming off of the main, the open area where all the water was, the water hole. Where is the area where I usually overlook, and it used to be like a drop down hill, and I think it's like over there, but I'm getting ready to go and walk over there and see. All right. It looks like I'm in the area that I was trying to find, that little overlook, berm or whatever you want to call it. There's like a hill and you kind of look down on it. So I was able to find a picture of that berm that I was talking about. This is that area that has been obliterated, right? I do see this huge tree here. And it looked like it was some paint on that, but nonetheless, that tree is down. So I think my path goes back down this way, which I'm gonna go back on that path. And once again, this is the open area. And this area right here is technically, most of it is mine until you see those red, the red markers all the way back there, right? So this has been cleared, but it's jacked up. It's really muddy, as you can see. Let me see if I can. All right, it's really muddy. Look at that. But it'll clear up in the spring and summertime. All that water will be diverted elsewhere. All right, so let me find some more stuff. Okay, here's a better look right here. This is the path that I used to travel. And then I used to come straight through there with the trees and walk through here. So now all of that is clear. I wish I could actually go down there one more time and try to find that property pin, because it's not that far for real. It's in there. And I think where that tree was, that big down tree, That's where my marker is, some kind of way embedded in there. And I'm driving like sitting right where that property pin should be or used to be. So now I'm back on the path, on my path, and now I can see clear that it's still jacked up without the snow. The snow made it look like it was a lot open. So I still need to get a machine, the mulcher, and come in here and clean all this stuff up, because I'm sure it's gonna be hell once once spring come. All of this all that orange, what do you call it? This orange weeds that grew up. Yeah, that's gonna take over. And this was another little small path that I had going into the big field area. That needs to be kind of redone. There's like a hole right there from that tree that's leaning over. Um, so some of these other sticks and stuff that's hazardous definitely need to, be grounded up, right? So I definitely need to spend some time, a week. Hopefully I can rent a machine and keep it for a week and clean up all of this area, because the part that's mine, once I singled out or figure out what part is mine, that will be a great area to kind of chill. So let's continue on the path. So I think this is where I need to cut this limb right here, the stick. So I think I said the deer usually go down there. I think this is my path, to be honest, because as I go over there, which I just came from, I run into the neighbor's path, and I don't see where mines pick up. So I'm gonna try to go this way and see what happens. Let's try to put in low gear. Let's try this again. Where it leads me. Like I said, I guess this is where the deer may travel. I don't know. Okay, because this doesn't seem like where I was before. I see these double trees right here. I mean, it's not double trees. There's ribbon right here. Do I have a pin over there by any chance? Path right there. There's a tree. That was a orange ribbon right there. Damn, I really think this is my path. That was bumpy as crap. Jeez. I think I might spin around over here and see if I can find a mid marker or whatever. I didn't find a rod iron, so let me see if I can find one over here. All right, it's getting dark, y'all, so I'm about to go ahead and end this, but I rode down this path again, and this is my path. This is not a new path. This is the part where I think I had a lot of trees come down. I had a lot of big old tree holes from the, the base of the tree, the trunk. So that's why it's so bumpy. All this needs to be, mulched to break up all of this stuff and clean it up again. Wow, I'm on my path. Look how cluttered this is. Jeez. Look at all of this, man. I almost didn't even know that was on my path. So I guess I'm getting ready to get to the break now, where they made a new path for me. Yeah, I'm coming to that right now. So bear with me. It's kind of bumpy and shaky, so don't throw up. Look at the clearance between that. Just look at this. You wouldn't even think that this was like 20 feet wide at first. God dang. All right, so now I am in the clear, my area. Okay, well, so here we go. Going that way. That's Harvey's property, and I need to close this up at some point. And then going this way is where they bulldoze. Now you'll see when I get on the next path how clear it's gonna be. So I'm about to approach the original path. This is where they bulldoze this area in the water right now, and then that goes all the way down there. But look at the difference. This is the original path. This is clear. No issues. No weeds all over the place. None of those big old orange fans or whatever you want to call those, them big weeds. So this is just all clear. Nothing in the way. Smooth sailing. So had it not been a fire, I would be okay. It would still look just like this. On both sides. All right, I'm coming out of it. Go through these trees. And I'm in the clear. There we go. Now let me go ahead and put this motorcycle up. I'm done for the day.